Testing, testing, testing. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. And if you can't see me and hear me now, that means there's something going on with the system that I'm using. Let's see, no comments. No comments. Can you see me and hear me well? I am so sorry for the difficulties. I hate to make blunders. I am the worst at making blunders. All right, for some reason, when I pull it up on my computer and my phone, I couldn't even see this. I normally share the link in Patreon so that people who straggle in over there can still watch us. I'm going to go ahead and move on. I'm going to take a look over there one more time. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Your patience. We had about 17 people on here when I first came on and looked like they're gone, and it's fine. I'm checking one more time. I do have something I need to release to you today. I think it's powerful. Looking one more time. Yeah, it still looks the same on my computer. I don't know what's going on. Nevertheless, thank you for your feedback. I most thoroughly appreciate you for being on today. Let's pray. Almighty, we're so thankful and grateful for this moment that you've granted us. I believe that it has been preconceived in you, in all things, the infinite mind, before the foundations of the world. Guide us, lead us, reveal pathways of truth with the gospel of love, hope, and consciousness. Expand within us. And we bless you for the greater versions of ourselves that are emerging as we're recognizing who and what we are in you. We remember the name of Yeshua, Hamashua, the Christ, the Christos. In his name, his nurture, his power and consciousness, it is so, and so it is. Thank you so much for joining us despite difficulties this morning on Revolution Sundays. I want you to remember to follow me at the various social media handles, websites you see at the bottom of the screen at AG Green Now. That's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. Don't forget to tag, share, and text. Tag, share, and text. Let people know that we're streaming live on this particular day. Again, I'm so thankful and grateful for you all hanging in there with me today. I always like to remind you of what Philippians 4:13 says. I can do all things through Christ, the Christos, the Christ mind, who strengthens me. I want you to type quickly in the comment section, I can. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. Yes, I can overcome. I can endure. I can master any situation and circumstance. I can rise above anything. I can endure any challenge, any difficulties, any trials, any tribulations. Guess what? I have the assistance of the Christos. I have the assistance of Yeshua HaMashiach, the mind of Christ, operating in me at all times. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I can. I can. What a wonderful thing it is to know, to embrace, to embody. I can. I can. You've got to know within yourself, no matter what you're facing, that you're never alone. And I can. Paul's writing says, now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, it is according to the power that worketh in us. I want you to type in the comment section and speak out loud to yourself. I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Speak it to yourself. I am powerful. That's right. Inherent, intrinsic power. Power by divine right. Power that is a part of your inheritance as a divine species of being, the offspring of an eternal, omnipotent, all-knowing, divine creator, source, and sustainer. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Don't be afraid to own the power that you possess. Don't be afraid to own who and what you are as a spirit, even in this physical three-dimensional construct. I am powerful. Oh, I sense the power. I recognize the power. I know the power. I embrace the power. Guess what time it is? Praise and gratitude alert. Praise and gratitude alert. The text says praise is commonly for the upright, but praise is also universal language. It is a language that is recognized by a conscious world, a conscious universe, not only a conscious God, but a conscious world, a conscious universe, even down to the subatomic particles. Praise, thanksgiving, positive things are welcome in this world. Place at least one thing in the comments section that you are thankful and grateful for. At least one thing in the comments section that you are thankful and grateful for. Come on, put it in the comment section right now. At least one thing that you are thankful and grateful for right now. Type it in the comment section. I am grateful for health and strength today. I could name numerous things. I'm grateful for health and strength today. Currently in recovery. My body was experiencing some invaders, and therefore it had to do what it had to do to put them down. I am grateful for health and strength, thankful for health and strength. Somebody says, I'm thankful for my home. I'm thankful for my life. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, we want to always remember to shape, curate, and cultivate a mindset that's conditioned with thankfulness, praise, gratitude. Yes, yes, yes. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing it is to be able to create a filter that processes everything in life with an upside, not a downside. Recognizing who and what you know in terms of the creator, source, and sustainer that is a driving force in your life. So thankful and so grateful for you on this particular day. You are admired. You are appreciated. Yes, 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 yes. What a beautiful thing it is. Have you spoken out loud lately? Do you make it a common practice to be thankful, to offer praise and gratitude on a daily basis? I guarantee you, if you try it and do it consistently, it will literally change your life. I'd like to remind you, for those who haven't done it yet, that when you use the code REV50, you get 50% off the first month in our Patreon community, Revolution Inc. Again, weekly, I'm developing more materials for you. Got some new blog series that's going to be launched this week. I've already started working on next calendar year, various themes and different things we're going to be sharing and discussing with you. So you want to make sure that you join our spiritual community, Revolution Inc. I just looked the other day, there are over 300 posts on there, 300 posts. Remember, those posts are not just, singular posts. There are videos that are in there, videos from me, videos from scholars. There are blog articles, extensive blog articles on various different subjects. We want you to go in there and become a member. We're finishing the year strong, 50 days of power, perspective, and purpose. And so therefore, to the end of this calendar year, there's a small snippet of a post that you'll receive every day to just kind of inspire and guide you, to shape your mind, to prepare for something new within you. Because only a new year can only be that when something new occurs within you. People enter a new year all the time and receive the old results because there is nothing new in them that has emerged to become the dominant thought, the dominant way of living, and therefore they continue to relive the old. Thank you. Praise and gratitude still coming in on today. I want you to type in the comments section. I want you to type this in the comments section. I am blessed with overflowing abundance. Type that in the comments section. I am blessed with overflowing abundance. That's the first thing I want you to type in the comment section. I am blessed with overflowing abundance. Type that in the comment section. I am blessed with overflowing abundance. I just sensed the leading to say that to you. I am blessed with overflowing abundance. Then I got one more thing I want you to say. I am blessed with overflowing abundance. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much. I am blessed with overflowing abundance. Now watch this. We embody the state of mind, the state of being, the state of consciousness. And I want you to type in the comment section, I am overflowing abundance. Oh my goodness. Come on, type that in the comment section. I am overflowing abundance. I am overflowing abundance. Type that in the comment section. I am overflowing abundance. Yes, yes, yes. Feel that, sense that, know that, envision that, imagine that, speak that, declare that, embody it, own it. I am overflowing abundance. What a great affirmation to integrate into your psychology, to lead you down the pathway of embodying this state of being. I am overflowing abundance. Oh, I feel that rippling through my being. I am overflowing abundance. Ooh, that is so splendorous and splendiferous. I am overflowing abundance. Love it, family. Love it, love it, love it. Don't forget patreon.com/AG Green now for those who want to visit the community online, or you can put up the Patreon app and simply go to AG Green now and visit me at theaggreen.com, theaggreen.com. And if you need some help on your spiritual journey, divinespeciesshop.com, divinespeciesshop.com is where you want to be. All right, family, let me check in on you. What are you eating and sipping? What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling in this moment? What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling in this moment? What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling in this moment? What are you eating and sipping, and how are you feeling in this moment? Let's check in, family. I always look forward to what you're eating and sipping, and then getting a report, of course, on how you are feeling in the moment. Real quickly, talk back to me, and then I'm going to get into some teaching on today. I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful to be here. Let's see what Monica's got going. Monica said, feeling good, sipping water, making tea. All right, let's see what my Chris has got. Smoked sausage, scrambled eggs, and coffee earlier, feeling blessed. Wow, what a meal, what a meal. Let's see here. Our resident mystic, Wesley Turkey, eating skins and hot sauce, feeling great. There's a lot of folk who love that combination. Let's see. Whitley says, feeling clear-minded, drinking vitamin water. Now that is very, very healthy. Love it. Love it. That's great. Let's see here. Yes, drinking. I got you, Whitley. And Kay says, I'm sipping on Kool-Aid while working, feeling fine. Kool-Aid, that's Pam, all right. Kool-Aid, grew up on that. Used to drink it every single day. Brenda says, drinking coffee, this rising. Awesomeness. And Hillary says, French toast sticks and iced coffee, feeling grounded. Y'all eating and sipping on some good stuff. And sounds like you're in a very, very good state of consciousness at this particular time. Now, a resident therapist is not on today. He's grieving with his family, the loss of whom he says to me is his favorite aunt. I don't know what installment I'm on in this series because he keeps up with all that. But I want to continue a discussion with you in just a few minutes. I want to continue a discussion with you in just a few minutes. And I want to, again, drive this point home. Drive this point home. Just as I shared the testimony of one of our viewers who received a vehicle recently, always remember the key to faith is embodying the state of being, embodying the identity of the one who has. I want you to keep that in mind. Embodying the state of the one, or becoming in identity the person who has the thing. Now, my assistants are on Genesis 18, and let's see, we want to look at verse 11, 10 and 11. Genesis 18, 10 through 11. Genesis 18, 10 through 11. Let's go there real quickly. Genesis 18, 10 through 11. Got some wonderful things I'm going to discuss with you today. Genesis 18, 10 through 11. They're going to put it up on the screen for us, and we're going to look at the text. Got some things I want to share with you from that today. And we've been on this particular series for weeks now, in terms of discussing manifesting faith. Manifesting faith. I don't know what part we're on. We'll update you on all of that next week when our resident therapist is back, who keeps up with all these installments. I just get on here now and I just teach and talk, sometimes from notes, sometimes just speaking from what's within, strictly from what's within. All right. Genesis 18, 10 through 11. 10 through 11. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. Manifesting faith, manifesting faith. Let's see here. King James. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. He is referring to the Creator. And lo, Sarah, thy wife, shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door. Let's see here, which was behind him. So she was inside the tent behind, a theophanic representation of the Creator, meaning the Creator took on a physical body. Verse 11, now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Let's see, is that all of verse 11? If it is, let's put up verse 12 as well, okay? Let's put up verse 12 as well. I'm going to go to the NIV real quickly. Let's put up verse 12 as well in the King James. Start with NIV. Then one of them said, I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah will have a son. Now, Sarah was listening at the entrance of the tent, which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. That's the part I want to see in the King James. Let's see. Here we go. Thank you so much. And Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. I just needed verse 11. Okay, that's all I needed. We can go and put up verse 12. I already talked about this, but let's do it. Therefore, Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord, being old also? I need to extract some things from verse 11. Need to extract some things from verse 11. Now, Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. And if you want to, Heather, you can put up verse 12 in NIV as well. I was kind of revisiting this text, and although we've been talking about it for several weeks, and as I was looking at it this morning, there are a couple of more things that stood out while I was reading this text. And of course, the series is about manifesting faith. It's about manifesting faith. But I wanted to ask you the question, and the question I want to ask you is, what is impossible? That's a subtitle, manifesting faith. I want you to type it in the comment section, manifesting faith, and then a dash. I think I got that right. A dash, yes. Next to it, what is impossible? Question mark. What is impossible? What is impossible? What is impossible? We have ears to hear and hearts to receive what the Spirit is speaking to us from within. We thank you. We thank you in Yeshua's name, his power, his way, his consciousness. It is so, and so it is. If you listen real keenly today with a K, keenly today. Thank you so much. Keenly today. You're going to find some nuggets in this presentation that will stir you so deeply that it's going to have an immediate transformative effect on you. I have given some history of the text, so I don't want to go back into the historicity of the text. But we know that what we believe, I should say, when the promise was first made to this couple, Abraham, who was the oldest, that believed to be in those days the half brother of Sarah, was 75 and Sarah was 65. Now, before, I should say, at the onset of the prophecy, Abraham could still produce children. But as far as we can read in the text, Sarah, when the prophecy was spoken, had been barren and had been barren for years. She could not produce. So what we find to be fascinating is that we've talked about the waiting period and what happens in the waiting period. First of all, the creator, the source, says, I'm going to return unto thee according to the time of life. Scholars view this time of life phraseology a little bit differently. Most of them are in consensus with saying they believe it was the springtime or the time in terms of the next calendar year when things come alive. That's pretty much the consensus of it in terms of the time of life. And it is declared and decreed by the creator that, by God, that she would in this time frame produce a child, would produce a son. Matter of fact, he named what it would be before it was born. I'm going to say it again. He named what it would be before it was born. Now, what I find fascinating, again, about the text is, and we're going to eventually get into Ephesians 11:1, which has been in my notes for weeks, and I just haven't been able to get to it yet, talking about boundaries of time. Now, recognize right now, you're one with God. God is one with you, family. And although I believe in multiple versions of reality, which means I believe in multiple versions of you, which means I believe in multiple universes of you. You and I right now are on a timeline where this version of us exists. And this version of us that exists from a linear perspective has a future. Now, I know this might be difficult sometimes for us to grasp and to embrace, but there are no calendars in eternity. There are no calendars in the spiritual. I want you to type in the comment section. There are no calendars in the spiritual. There are no calendars in the spiritual. There is no calendar and there is no clock. There aren't watches or clocks in the spiritual dimension. The spiritual dimension, family, does not acknowledge, let me say this, does not run on time, is not based on time. There is no time in the spiritual. Now, we don't just say this from a biblical perspective, but again, the great spiritual sages from various different religious backgrounds pretty much say the same thing. Everything is now in the spiritual. The way we process life is through a linear lens, or the way most people, I should say, process life is through a linear lens, meaning that they believe that life happens in progressions or in successive or, yes, successive moments, progressive moments, meaning that we process life as if it's happening moment by moment. And the reason why we process it moment by moment is because through the sensual or the sensorial experience, through the experience of the senses being interpreted by the physical apparatus of the brain, which is itself controlled by the mind, which I believe is spiritual. I believe we have more than one mind. And I don't want to get into that. I've kind of brought that up before. Let me just touch on this. The same, what we call senses that we have, or that we define in the physical experience, appears to be the same senses, but heightened in our spiritual bodies when people exist outside of their bodies, when people go outside of their bodies. Now, we see this in biblical texts, we see this in some other texts, but we also see it in modern day life, and we also see it in that as it has been recorded in history, as people have come forth and shared their out of body experiences. Now, we've got a resident mystic on here, Wesley Turk, who's been in and out of his body several times, who's literally died and come back into his body. And again, I know I've been saying this, he is going to be on and share some of those experiences. I've had some out of body experiences. I have them often. There are others. Many of these are recorded. Some have literally been pronounced dead and have come back into their bodies. Now, again, people have varying experiences. Some say they went to heaven, some say they went to hell, some say there is no such thing as either. They just went to another place where other souls were gathered, so forth and so on. But the bottom line is that what we define as the five senses continue to exist in a heightened state, in a superior dimension where we ascend to as spirit, where we literally exist now as a spiritual being. We are hybrids having a spiritual and a natural experience. But once you cross over and leave this physical body, you are reabsorbed or subsumed completely back into the spiritual dimension. There's color there. There are sounds there. There's communication there, but it's heightened. It's heightened. People have had experiences where they could not only see colors, but feel the colors. They could hear the trees and the plants singing in that other dimension, in that other world. How did I get off on that? Because it's not even in my notes. So I want you to understand that in the spiritual, there's no time. There is no time. Time is a construct, a crude construct created by our species to not just quantify the experience by experience moment, but to try and understand the experience by the experience moment, and at the same time locate itself and define itself in the experience by experience moment, which really is time. It's an attempt to be able to collect, record, and understand our experience, give an accounting through a metric, through a measurement of our moment to moment experiences. But eternity doesn't know anything about time. Everything in the spiritual dimension is in superposition above all timelines. So what happens is once you access the spiritual dimension, and there are people on here now who have certain gifts, and when we operate in these gifts or this sensitivity to the spiritual, we can go above what the linear calendar says, the linear progression or succession of events that we perceive through the brain. We can go above that into our spiritual selves and see ahead. See what a person is going to do tomorrow. See what a person is going to do next year. See what a person is going to do in 5 years from now. Again, that is based on a series of choices. Again, because I believe that there is more than one you. There is a you, watch this. There is a you who decided to tune in today. There's a you who decided not to tune in today. And that you is going to experience different things based on the choices that they make. My goodness, I don't want to get too deeply into it. Okay. So there are no clocks in eternity. There are no clocks in the spiritual dimension, but yet the spiritual dimension understands the crude conceptualization of what time itself is. Now, I want to make a profound point as it relates to this, because this again is connected with what I am discussing with you now. The creator, number one, knew the time of life that it was going to happen, knew the moment on the calendar where Sarah would finally be able to produce a child. That same divine intelligence exists in us. That same divine creator, source, and sustainer is who and what you're one with. Hear what I'm saying today. And you, as a powerful spiritual being, are merged with this creator, source, and sustainer, and you know some things. Paul touched on it a little bit in the New Testament. He says, you have an unction from the Holy One, and you know all things. Well, there's some part of you that knows the future. Hear what I'm saying today. There's some part of you that knows the future. Watch this, of you. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I just opened up a can of worms. I don't want to get into when I just said that. There is a part of you that knows what's around the corner. Hear what I'm saying today. And this is what I want to say. I don't want to get too deep in the woods with this. But there's a part of you, watch this, that sees this you on this trajectory and what can happen to this you in the future. But there's also that same you that understands that there's a different path and a different trajectory that you can take by merely shifting your mindset, shifting in a state of consciousness, shifting your belief systems that can take you, watch this, for example, off the path, excuse me, of maybe poverty, off the path of catastrophe, off the path of self-hate, off the path of failure, by a shift in belief, which is a shift in consciousness, which is a shift in identity, which is a shift in state of being that can put you on the path of success, the path where you discarded that old thinking, which meant you discarded that old you, which meant you discarded that old cognitive energy and embraced something more powerfully profound in your thinking that puts you on a different path. Now, the reason why I am discussing this with you is because I want you to not allow time to master you. I don't want you to allow time, the conceptualization or the concept of how most of the species processes time. I don't want you to allow yourself to be corrupted by that thinking. I want you to type this in the comment section. Time does not master me, I master it. Type that in the comment section. Time does not master me, I master it. Type that in the comment section. Time does not master me, I master it. Time does not master me, I master it. Wow. Mm-mm. Time does not master me, I master it. Yes, yes, yes. I master it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does not master me, I master it. Now, again, I keep bringing this up because it is in direct correlation to faith. And remember, when we exercise faith, it's not just to bring the good things in our life. We're using faith to create the things we don't want. But the great mystic Neville Goddard says an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So hear me. If your assumption about time persists, whatever that definition you have of time is. However you interpret time, whatever it is you believe about time, it will turn into fact. Now, as it relates to basketball, my GOAT is Michael Jordan. But one cannot deny the greatness of LeBron James on and off the court. Now, as I'm recording this live, he's been sitting out weeks in this new season and is preparing to return. What is this, his 21st, 22nd season, whatever it is. Insane. Still playing at a high level. Why is he playing at a high level? Although he may call himself in interviews as the old man, which in athletic chronology, in the athletic realm, he's considered to be old. He's not saying that when he's on the court. He's not thinking that when he's competing. He has trained his body to align with the desires of his heart and his mind to play at an elite level, because he has decided he is not going to allow science, medicine, medical science, athletic definitions of how age impacts you to determine his level of success. He has made a decision. What he's really doing now is define the definitions of time, define what people have created as the expectations of time on a physical soul, on a physical body, on a physical athlete. This is what he's doing right now as we speak. In other words, he made a conscious decision, fam, that I'm not fading just because I'm 40. Now, can everybody do that? Yes. Will everybody do that? No. Because at some point in time, people are going to become susceptible to the prevailing narrative about what you should and should not do when you are a certain age, what you can and cannot accomplish at a certain age. I need you to catch what I'm saying today, because the Spirit is releasing nuggets today. There's too much emphasis on time. Time has no power. Time is imaginary. Time is created. Any quantum physicist, any scientist with any salt is going to tell you time is not real. It is something that we have created. It is something that exists in the brain. But if you give it power, you are creating the power that you perceive that time has. Many people talk themselves out of things, family, because of their perception, what they've been taught to think that they are as it relates to a chronological age, or that they are as it relates to seasons, or that they are as it relates to moments. And people have been told this is not your moment, or you are past your moment, you are past the time, when in essence, it is you who's deciding now whether you will allow times and seasons to define you. Hope y'all hearing what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying. I just sent somebody an article recently. It was my cousin. An article of a 79-year-old Cher who looked like she's maybe 50 with a man 40 years younger than her. Hear what I'm saying today. Now, there's a group sitting in the corner talking about that's disgusting, this, that, and that. No, it's not disgusting. This is a woman who don't even look 79, who's decided I am not going, again, with the general consensus of opinion about what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm 79 and who I'm supposed to be with. At some point in time, I'm telling you right now, the narrative is going to have to be rewritten and will be rewritten by society as to who and what you are at certain ages. Because she decided I'm not sitting in a rocking chair. She decided I'm not going to in this moment of my life, define myself as somebody that cannot have what they want, cannot be what they want, cannot embody what they want. I have made a choice in my mind, and I'm using my mind to control my body, and I'm using my mind to determine what I put in it. I'm using my mind to determine how I treat this physical vessel. And last but not least, I am still loving and attractive, watch this, and sexy at 79 to attract whoever I want. I need y'all to catch the message, because you and I are supposed to be the masters of time, just as you and I are supposed to be the masters of this body. Let me get on with it. The text says, now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of some women. What does that mean? She was in menopause. She was in menopause. That's what that means. She was no longer ovulating. Menopause is the natural end of a person's reproductive years, marked by 12 consecutive months without a menstrual period. It occurs when the ovaries stop producing as much estrogen and progesterone. Now, in other words, she's no longer producing eggs. I'm going to say it again. She's no longer producing eggs, which means she's no longer producing something for the sperm to fertilize, to create the zygote, the blastocyst. Nothing. She's producing nothing. In other words, conditions set up in her body where she's not producing anything. Now, I explained to you what I believe she meant pleasure, what she was discussing or talking about in terms of pleasure in verse 12. The pleasure of not only having a child, but the pleasure of having some good sex. Come on now, some good love making, and then the pleasure of actually having a child. Listen, she's beyond ovulation. There's nothing taking place in her body. I want you to pause, family, and reflect on that. There might be some people who are listening to me right now, and you're not producing eggs. You're not producing what appears to be reproductive material. From as far as you can see, your finances are not producing fertile things. As far as you can see, your career doesn't appear to be fertile. As far as you can see, the relationship doesn't appear to produce an egg. As far as you can see, your body seems to be deteriorating and not producing the egg that can give you new life, or partner with someone else or something else to produce something new. And I ask you the question, what do you do when you can't see no eggs? What do you do if you're like Abraham and the fish are no longer swimming? Come on here, somebody. What do you do when you're in a situation where society has placed you in a category and say, oh no, you can never produce coming from that background. You can never produce coming from that demographic. You came from a broken home. You can't produce from that. Oh, you got 3 or 4 kids with the 4 different daddies. You can't produce from that. Oh no, you don't have the education, so there's no way you can make this money. You can't produce from. Is there anybody who's found themselves in situations where statistically, scientifically, situationally, at times biologically, it appears that there are no eggs in that part of your life? They're saying it's impossible. In that part of your life, they're saying you are a has-been. In that part of your life, they're saying this is not even possible. How dare you think you can be 65 and start a business? How dare you think that you can come along and have the desires of your heart after messing up the first 30, 40, 50 years of your life by the decisions you made? How dare you think you can be happy and have the best of the best? Am I making any sense to anybody? I wish I could ask for lights and hearts, but we're on YouTube and you can only give limited amounts of that. Am I making any sense to anybody? She is past the time of being able to be fertile. and to be able to produce. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I got to ask you the question. What is impossible? What is impossible? Type that in the comment section. What is impossible? Ooh, I feel that. What is impossible? My. Who am I talking to here today? They said it's too late. No, you can go back to school with no degree. It's not too late. They said, well, you should give that up. You're past, those are the fertile years. Your mind doesn't think the way it used to think. No, 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 no. It's not too late. I'm asking you the question, what is impossible? What is impossible? And I want you to understand this, that whatever you think is impossible is the thing you will manifest, because you get to define what's impossible. Sarah laughed. She laughed in verse 12 because she knew she was stricken in age. She knew she was in the menopausal period, and she knew I'm not ovulating, and she thought that it was impossible. But I quote the New Testament text, with men, that's talking about the natural side, that's talking about the human side. It is impossible, but not with God. That's talking about your divine side, your God self. With God that's in you, a part of you and one with you, all things are possible. And I ask you the question, what is impossible? Because whatever your answer is will determine the possibility. Abraham had faith to believe. Hear what I'm saying? Sarah questioned it. Whatever your definition of possible or impossible, that's what you are living right now. And I came by here to tell you that there's some people who think some things are out of place, out of reach, unattainable, and accessible. Yes, that you can be the greatest version of yourself that lives the greatest life possible. Sometimes people, when they finally meet their moment of destiny, their person of destiny, their situation of destiny, sabotage it because they feel like I don't measure up, I'm not good enough. When the truth be told, you partnered with God to bring this opportunity. And if God partnered with you to bring this opportunity, then the same divine is going to partner with you to advance you, watch this, to the level and to the place and to the version of you that you need to be to produce eggs again. To produce something wonderful, to make something of a promise become manifested in your life, or to see the promise manifest in your life. Hear what I'm saying today. The promised seed required an egg. The promised seed needed the DNA resource material. Hear what I'm saying today. And just because you don't see it now, just because you don't feel it now, just because it's not in your purview now, just because you can't sense it now, does not mean it's impossible. Oh my goodness. Hear what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying today. The situation appeared to be dire. The situation appeared, family, to be unchangeable. But there's got to be somebody who's watching me. There's got to be somebody who's listening to me. Hear what I'm saying today, who makes up in their mind that all things are possible with the God that I'm one with the God that's a part of me. There's got to be somebody listening to me who makes a decision and decides. It doesn't matter what age I am. It doesn't matter how far I appear to be out of sync. It doesn't make a difference of how many times or how much I seem to be behind time. I need to understand and open myself up to the possibility that all things are possible. All things are possible. I want you to type in the comment section right now, all things are possible for me. Type that in the comment section. All things are possible for me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All things are possible for me. Type that in the comment section. All things are possible for me. I send out the presence. I activate the presence in you, in your heart, of the living, divine, creator, source, and sustainer, to affirm and confirm that all things are possible for you. Do you know who Alexandra Hildebrandt is? Anybody know who Alexandra Hildebrandt is? You probably don't know, but Alexandra Hildebrandt is 66 years young. She gave birth to her 10th child in March of 2025 in Germany without in vitro fertilization. This was considered unusual as she conceived naturally, a rare occurrence for a woman her age. Again, 66. Here's a woman in Beat Medhin Hagas, who's 76. She gave birth to her first child, a boy, in Mekelle, Ethiopia, in early 2025. Her pregnancy was considered a miracle and garnered widespread attention. And then there's a 67-year-old woman in China who gave birth to a healthy girl after conceiving naturally, which was attributed to having ovaries similar to that of a 40-year-old woman. Hear what I'm saying today. Ovaries considered to be that of a 40-year-old woman in a 67-year-old body. 67-year, I should say, young body. Hear what I'm saying today. I'm asking you the question again. What is impossible? Lord have mercy. What is impossible? Impossible is defined by you. Impossible is defined by your faith. Impossible is defined by your belief system. There's somebody who's watching me right now, and you keep telling yourself it's too late for that. You keep telling yourself that this can't happen right now. You keep telling yourself that this is not possible for me. You keep telling yourself, I just don't see how I can reach that goal. Other people keep telling you, child, you passed the time of that. You might as well give up on that. You too old, or that's just too much money, or that's too much weight to take off, or that's just go on and just live what you love yourself. You just accept the way things are. You're too old to be wanting happiness and wanting companionship. You listen, you're too old to be trying to start something new or start something. People will speak those things into your ear. But what is impossible? What is impossible? It would seem impossible that a woman at 66 could give birth to her 10th child at 66. A woman at 76. Another woman who used IVF at the age of 70 in Uganda. And of course, the 67-year-old in China with the ovaries of a 40-year-old woman. I got to ask you the question, what do you really believe? What do you really believe? The truth be told, it is not so much about what the general consensus in the medical community is about a disease, about a circumstance, about a situation, about physiology, about biology, about communicable diseases. It's mainly based on what you believe. And I came by here to tell you that the set time that was spoken of in the text was known by the Creator. And I believe that the set time manifests in our lives. When I say the set time, I mean it is the moment where we relax. It is the moment where we believe. It is the moment where we just release an attachment to the situation. We release anxiety concerning the situation. We release obsession in thinking we need to make it happen and thinking it's got to happen, and becoming the pregnant man or the pregnant woman, or becoming the person who's been impregnated. despite where they are in life, who's decided that this destiny is mine, no matter what age I am, no matter what my educational status is, no matter who knows me and who don't know me. I have just decided to trust the God in me. I have just decided to trust the word of the Creator. I have just decided to believe that all things are possible to them that believe. I have just decided to push away from the table, hear what I'm saying today, and stop trying to micromanage events, stop trying to micromanage my success, stop trying to micromanage my prosperity. I have just decided to step into the scene in the first person and just be that. Be that person who has it all. Be that person who is flourishing. Be that person who is prospering. Did you hear what I said? At some point in time, Sarah had to become the pregnant. Lord have mercy. Help me here today. I'm going to say it again. At some point in time, Sarah had to become the pregnant. She had to become the one who was pregnant, not the one who was trying to be pregnant, not the one who was hoping and wishing to be pregnant, not the one who was begging for pregnancy, but the one who was pregnant. Oh my God. I need you to hear what I'm saying today. Are you the one who's trying, or are you the one who's already it? Catch what I'm saying today. Are you the one who's trying, or are you the one who's already it? Are you the one who knows that it's done? Or are you the one who's still trying to believe that it's possible? Are you the one who's embraced the finish, who's embraced the end, who's embraced the fulfillment? Catch what I'm saying today. Ooh, it don't make any sense in the world from a perspective that we have derived over time, that anybody beyond a certain age should think that they could produce certain things. I need you to catch what I'm saying. But even right now, as I speak to you, I say to you that some of the most successful people in history were successful after they were older. Some of y'all don't know who Julia Childs is, but there's a couple of us on here who know who Julia Childs is. She is responsible for cooking, she's one of the first person, family, to do a cooking show on TV like 40, 50 years ago. And somebody had the audacity to tell her that nobody wants to watch you cook. Now, all of a sudden, decades later, we got networks, family, that are dedicated to cooking. Did you know that she published her first cookbook at 50 years of age? Then she turned into a celebrity chef with her own TV show. Hear what I'm saying today. She also became the first woman to be inducted into the Culinary Institute of America's Hall of Fame. She did it after 50 years of age. Do y'all know who Stan Lee is? Stan Lee is an inspirational figure to me and means a lot to me because he is the creator of Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics now have become movies. The Hulk, Iron Man, Blade. I can keep going on and on and on and on and on. All of these, Spider-Man, are creations of Stan Lee. He didn't catch his break until he was nearly 40 years old when he published the Fantastic Four. The rest is history. His comic books have been turned into movies that have made billions and billions and billions of dollars. Some of y'all know who Vera Wang is. She built a fashion empire. She did not enter the fashion industry, family, until she was 40 years old. Hear what I'm saying today. The rest is history. Some of y'all know who Toni Morrison is. The acclaimed novelist of the Black experience, has been celebrated for decades for her books that include The Bluest Eye, Sula, Song of Solomon, and Beloved. Did you know that Toni Morrison did not explode in the public eye until 1993, when she became the first African-American woman to win the Nobel Prize for Literature? Guess what age she was? 62 years young. Laurel Richie, another great name in African-American history, was the first African-American to head a national sports league. That's right. In 2011, she became the president of the WNBA at 52 years old. Some of y'all don't know who Herbert Jones is.
and art and community go hand in hand. He saw this at the age of 69 when he founded the Boston Children's Chorus in 2003. I can go on and on. Ray Kroc, who's the one who established McDonald's, did it at 52 years young. I need y'all to catch what I'm saying today. I want you to ask yourself the question, what is impossible? Forgot to put my uniform on today. What is impossible? What is impossible? Age cannot define you unless you allow it to define you. Education cannot define you unless you allow it to define you. Your looks cannot define you unless you allow them to define you. What you feel like you don't have cannot define you unless you allow it to define you. But I'm telling you right now, there's an appointment everybody has in faith with a set time. And if you believe, and when I say the set time, I mean the moment of your own inner conception, the moment where you allow yourself to be fertilized by the spermatoza of the creator, source, and sustaining. You provide the egg, he provides the spermatoza. Come on now, fuse together. It's going to produce miracles, signs, and wonders. It's going to produce an offspring. It's going to produce an heir. It's going to create a new inheritance. And at that moment, family, where your faith impregnates the universe, your faith impregnates the physical. Catch what I'm saying today. It's only what we call a matter of time before we see the fulfillment of that which faith has impregnated and faith ultimately creates. I want you to type it in the comment section. Circumstances don't matter. Come on, type it in the comment section. Circumstances don't matter. I got to stop here. Type it in the comment section. Circumstances don't matter. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Who is the Spirit talking to right now? I don't care how high your debt is. It don't matter. I don't care how far behind you are on your bills. It don't matter. Some of you might be facing eviction. Some of you might be living in a situation where your money feels restricted. Circumstances don't matter. Some of you might be living on what they call a fixed income, where you get a check. And as far as you know, the check is the only way of survival. Circumstances don't matter. You need the resources. You need the funding. You need the support. And it seems dried up. Circumstances don't matter. I'm telling you right now, the Almighty had to jumpstart both of their reproductive systems. And I'm telling you right now, something new, a new seed has been implanted in you. I'm telling you right now, new eggs are about to come out down your fallopian tubes. I need you to catch what I'm saying right now. Some of y'all caught something. You caught something today. Something is leaping in your spiritual womb while I'm speaking and while I'm decreeing, while I'm declaring and while I'm talking. And I'm telling you right now, hey, my God, you're about to give birth to something. You're about to give birth to something. And everybody's going to be shocked. Or many folk, I should say, are going to be surprised that you are able to birth that you are able to do that you are able to carry that you are able to reproduce that you are able to release that. You decided within yourself, I'm not too old to have pleasure. Come on here, somebody. You decided within yourself, I'm not too old to do what needs to be done. You decided within yourself, I'm not going to let society and family and other folk who don't believe in my vision and my dream to determine how high and how far I go. I love the Old Testament text. He talks about the poor, lifting the poor out of the dunghill and raising them on high, even with the princes of his people. And I speak prophetically into your life right now that elevation and ascension is in you. Elevation and ascension has begun in you. Elevation and ascension. You are rising. You are rising right now as I speak. You may look crazy to folk on the outside, but you are rising. They can understand your hope and your vision, but you are rising. They can understand your plans and your dreams, but you are rising. Even as I speak, you are arising. Even as I speak, you are elevating. Even as I speak, you are going up. Even as I speak, you are shifting and changing and metamorphosing into something else. Even as I speak, that life-giving spirit that's already one with you and a part of you is expanding your life and giving you new life. Just because it was dead doesn't mean it can't live. But there is life now. There is life circulating in you. I'm going to say it again. There is life circulating in you. There's an injection of divine spermatosa that's swimming around in your spiritual womb, that's chasing down the egg of your ideas, the egg of your dreams, the egg of your visions, the eggs of your millionaire status, the eggs of your romantic love, the eggs that's going to bring a harvest in your life. There is a divine stirring on the inside of you right now. The only thing you need to do is own it. Oh my God. The only thing you need to do is do like Abraham when it hits you, rise to the occasion. Do like Sarah. When you get in the mood and just let it go. Oh my goodness. I want you to type this in the comment section. I want you to type this in the comment section. I'm in the mood to reproduce. Type that in the comment section. I'm in the mood to reproduce. Pepe Le Pew, I think it was, used to sing a song. I know he probably got it from the world. I'm in the mood for love, simply because I'm near you. And some of us need to be in the mood to reproduce. We need to be in the mood for love. I'm in the mood for abundance. Come on here. I'm in the mood for success. I'm in the mood for prosperity. I'm in the mood to manifest miracles, signs, and wonders. I'm in the mood to move from where I am into something bigger. I'm in the mood to move from a small place into a larger space. I am in the mood for greater. I'm in the mood for greater. Almighty, I thank you now in this moment for everybody who has heard, who has worshiped, who's received, and who's now conceiving. That's right. The feminine and the masculine are merged together, these energies, to impregnate, to inspire, to empower, to produce a harvest. And I give you praise and I give you glory in this moment that no person watching is ever the same. They are greater. They are better. Oh my goodness. Yes, 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 yes. They are empowered. They are strengthened. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for resources that they didn't know about before. Thank you for opportunities and doorways that presented themselves to them that they are walking through. Thank you for the windows that are open over their head. And thank you that they are the window. They are the door. And we give you praise. And we glorify and magnify the Creator, the divine, in us, with us, and through us. And remember the name of Yeshua. It is so. And so it is. Talk back to me, family. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what's on your heart before I release you today. Yes, we're manifesting faith. And we're changing the definition of what's impossible. We're changing the definition of what's impossible. We're shifting to that us that believes
that no matter what the conditions are, the circumstances don't matter. They don't matter. Yeah, the eggs, the eggs, the eggs. You're ovulating. You are definitely ovulating. Oh, yes, you are. You're ready for impregnation. And many of you are you're pregnant now. You are pregnant now. I want you to take the opportunities to use the giving opportunities at the bottom of the screen, $AG Green or $AG Green Enterprises. You could even give by Zelle. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yes. I speak to you, Whitley, that all is well and all is done in your favor. This is what I need to say to you, Whitley. And all that is necessary to be left undone is meant to be undone. What's left undone is meant to be undone. And I see a cutting away of when I say fat, I mean thoughts that no longer fit you, people that no longer fit you, situations, Whitley, that no longer fit you are being cut off. You're being trimmed spiritually, psychologically, mentally for the best days of your life. And last but not least, Whitley, I say to just relax in knowing that it's done. And when you relax in knowing that it's done, strategic, intuitive thoughts will emerge to enhance what you're already doing. Yes, 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 yes. The money is there. The resources are there. The people resources are there. The cooperation necessary to finish it in excellence is there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is so, Whitley. And so it is. I sense the presence where there's never an absence. Mm-mm. And shukunda deba. Thank you. 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 The text keeps coming back from me that I mentioned to you last week. I think it was during Bible study. Weeping may endure for a night. The night is not time or chronology. It is a symbolism of difficult, challenging, dark times. But joy is your morning. Your morning is now. Many of you have endured. You've endured night seasons. But now that you know that you can create the light, now that you know that you're responsible for the reproduction of the light from within, you know that you possess the power. Let me tell you right now, it's time for you to exercise that power to shift your own self from darkness to light, to shift your own self from discouragement to encouragement. You have the power, family. The duality of both darkness and light exists within you, but just decide right now to be a light bearer. Just decide right now to be the one who sat on a hill who cannot be hid at all times. Just decide that light will always conquer the night. I feel that so strongly. Thank you for an avalanche of love. Thank you for an avalanche of resources. And I declare and decree that nobody watching me now will lack, no matter what anybody does in any office. We sit in the highest office of the land in our own lives. We rule and reign with the divine, the creator, source, and sustainer. And we always have our needs and our desires. My joy is right now. Yes, my joy is right now. I want you to type it in the comments section. It's time for me to celebrate my own life. Type that in the comments section. It's time for me to celebrate my own life. I salute you. Many of you all have been through so many things that others did not survive. But I salute you. You may have come out broken. You may be still in the healing process. You may be yet trying to get it all together. But I salute you because you are here. And some of you did quit a time or two, but you got back in the race. And I salute you because you are here. I call you a winner. I call you triumphant. I call you a champion. I call you great. I call you necessary. You float like a butterfly. You sting like a bee. That's who and that's what you are. In your presence, other folk might not know it, but your presence on this line is a miracle. Your presence on this live is a testament to the faith, the tenacity, the sagacity that you have. Your presence to show up every day, even when you don't feel your best, is a testament to the divine strength that you have within. And I salute you and I celebrate you. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to release you today with the Shalom blessing. And don't forget to sow your seeds and give your offerings as you are led to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, and prosperity. Nothing missing, nothing broken. It is so, and so it is. Thank you for being a part of this journey of awakening and transformation. Support the light through Revolution Inc. by liking, sharing, and giving. Cash App $AG Green and $AG Green Enterprises. You can also give by Zelle. Anthony G. Green at hotmail.com is what you use. And Chime $Anthony/Green/336. If you haven't joined as a member of Patreon, now is a good time. We're a spiritual community that's evolving, transforming, and ascending. If you like what you have seen and heard, connect with us. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Also take time to visit theaggreen.com for the latest developments and just explore divinespeciesshop.com for spiritual tools to elevate your life. Your love and support helps keep this mission alive.